All right, hello, everyone, to episode 4 of our Growing Community podcast. I am Maggie St. John. This is Mark Samborski and everybody here. Let's see So Tabitha, you are new to the podcast. So would
Correct.
you please share, introduce yourself and say how just introduce yourself.
And say what, Mags?
Just introduce yourself, your name, what you do, what has you be interested in participating in this community.
You mean to tell me I'm not world famous?
Oh, not yet, Tabitha. Not you are.
We need to speak to
There you
your
go,
agent.
you're here.
Do we need to speak to your agent before we get your
I think my people need to talk to some people. No, I'm kidding. I am Tabitha. This is my second year with the community of AUG peeps. I am still very, very new to anything farming, gardening, what have you. I'm still in the baby stage of, let's see if we can keep a plant alive. That's the level where I'm at. What else do you want to know, Max? I could go on for ages if you let me, but I don't really want
What lights
to.
you up in your world?
What?
What lights you up in the world?
Well, I'm doing it. I'm cross stitching. It makes me happy when it's too cold outside to run. That's a thing I do. So sometimes I'm not seen very much in the summer because I run a lot of races, 5Ks and whatnot. I'm mom to an almost 14-year-old. He's a joy. He's amazing. Partner to an amazing husband, and we live like 5 minutes, not even that, from AUG.
Awesome. Old dog, Jack's here.
If you hear a bunch of honking, yeah.
What up,
Welcome,
Meg?
Tabitha.
Thank you, Mag.
Thank you. All right, shall we just jump right on in with accomplishments and brags, and feel free to start off your accomplishment brag with an introduction of who you are, however you want that to be. So, and anybody can go first. Mark?
Okay. Well, my name is Mark Samborski. I'm the owner of Antioch Urban Growers, and I am partnered with Maggie St. John and fiance, to be announced, the dates to be announced. We are a sustainable living initiative in Kansas City, Missouri, north of the river. We've been in operation for going on 10 years. And in that 10 years, we've turned a abandoned nursery center into a thriving demonstration location for sustainable living. And we have successfully accomplished quite a bit of what I call taking over the world, one backyard at a time, through distributing plants for sale every spring with living soils in them, and then consulting with and encouraging organic growing, sustainable living, community building, agri education, urban farming, and the list goes on and on. The accomplishments of this week, we got about 100 blackberry bushes planted, or blackberry starts now rooting in our organic soil mix. We also put about over 50, closer to 60 goji berry cuttings in soil, 4-inch pots. We we did aronia berry, probably 60 or so aronia berry starts in 1 gallon pots. We got the germination table up and running last week, but this week we've got green, folks. We got seeds popping in the germination table. I noticed the first thing that came up was something called lupine. Beautiful flower, perennial. Now, I wanted to ask you, or anyone who knows, is it a native to this area? Does anyone know?
I don't believe it is, but I can double check that.
Dang.
Okay. Well, that's definitely stuff that's popping up. And we've got probably, well, I've got my whole germination table flat, which is about 14 foot by 4 foot, all covered completely with sprouting seeds. A lot of perennial flowers, lots of brassicas. I even got a lot of peppers in, so a lot of California wonders, green bells, cayenne. Let's see, orange habanero and regular habanero, and a whole bunch of stuff. I've got it all. I don't have it written down. That's one thing. I just got all the seed packs and I got them all marked. So I need to put together a roster of what exactly we got in the sprouting stage. Also, we have been navigating this agreement with Randy White and the Leisure Group, and turning our facility into an agri-education facility, agri-education. We have a meeting actually Wednesday with Randy White and his team on the next steps of making Antioch a state-of-the-art, whatever we want to create it be. Yay, yay, yay. Life is good. Oh, and we also developed, actually, Carl, I'm glad to see you here. I've been working with some people in Colombia on, we're going to get, well, we're trying to get a grant for a water treatment where we turn rainwater into potable water, drinking water, and have it all run through filters. And we're working with some people out of Colombia that make biochar, and they also put together microbial solutions for water purification through different kinds of filters, but mainly it's biochar and carbon. And so we're developing that relationship. So I was thinking of you, Carl, because I know you're in Colombia now.
Right, great. Yeah, anything I can do to help out, let me know.
All right, cool beans. And that's kind of that's all I can remember right now, but it's just been a phenomenal week of meetings and relationships, conversation, and learning to love people. Who's next? Okay, I was told to call on Liz.
Oh,
Okay. Hey, oh gosh. Okay. Well, I'm gonna pass because Michael just got here. He's picking up some food. That's one of my accomplishments. I made food.
yay, food.
Okay, I'll call on somebody else,
Say hi.
Liz. James Slaughter.
Hey there, James Slaughter. If we haven't said hello before, hello. Software engineering, Kansas City. Still, I don't really know much of anything about nothing about growing. Wanting to learn, so it's part of why. Don't really. It's been a pretty quiet week for me.
Hey.
Had a peaceful weekend. That's what I've been up to.
Cool, thank you.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, you can have your.
Yeah, okay, good. Welcome. Go ahead,
Thank
Lizzie.
you. Yeah, thanks, James. Okay, cool. So let's see. This week I made a list actually of a lot of the things that I want to get done at my place this year. I attempted at making a meeting for the garden planning committee. So that was an accomplishment. It did happen, you know. And, woo woo. And I also have another meeting coming up on Wednesday that I'm going to do with Michael because he's going to be a major farmhand for me this year, living on site and whatnot. And so, yeah, so we're gonna talk about the deets then. So that was an accomplishment that I at least set in motion. And let's see, what else have I done this week? I'm not really sure, but also at the tail end here, I am Lizzie, the owner of the Corner Grocery, just for posterity's sake to say that. All right, I'm gonna pass it on now to Carl.
Okay. My name is Carl Koenig. I'm a recent transplant from Kansas City, Missouri to Columbia, Missouri. Recent accomplishments for the week. I'm continuing to discover new ways to get around on my bicycle, which has been great in the warmer weather, which we've had a couple of good days here. One of which was today. I was able to get out and about again, all the way across town and back. It's one day at a time, one box at a time, unpacking. And I continue to crochet, as you guys can see here. It's another project underway, a new cap, green and white, for St. Patrick's Day. I did one red and white. Oh, that's a red. Oh, that's another one. Paul, if you're around, this one's for you. One of these is for you. Rainbow colored. Got two of those. Oh, sorry. Lost my tripod. Continue to make strides in getting my home internet set up and going. Made a couple of loaves of bread, getting ready to make some more cookies here maybe tonight after we're done here. Just getting settled in to Columbia. It's been good so far, enjoying it. Hope I can get back to Kansas City and visit again when it gets warmer, when I get a little more settled. So you haven't seen the last of me yet. So, oh, and this is also, I guess now known as Carl's Lending Library as well. There's a couple of you parties over there, Liz and Mark and Maggie, have some of my books that I've shared. So please enjoy. Yeah.
Yay.
Thank you, Carl.
You're welcome.
Would you please choose who goes next?
How about Matt? Matt.
Hello, I'm Mac. I'm a resident and dirt farmer at AUG. This week's accomplishments, after a year of rigorous searching and about 30 test drives later, we finally found a car for my middle son, and we picked that up this weekend. Let's see, what else? This week we were able to get low tunnels on all of the rows in the bottom greenhouse, so we were able to save that and we got straw laid down on the beds as well, so they didn't hit the trees. And yeah, my biggest accomplishment is that we still have plants in the greenhouse, so yay. I think since I'm here and he's sitting here easy, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it on over to Dan next. I'm Dan Marin, temporary resident, CAG here at the AUG. I've moved up to the world. I've gone from sleeping very, very cold to working through the night now, stoking fire. But I have a little bit better shelter here at AUG. Opportunity opened up and was able to take it. Going on 80 days. I think it's 79 or 80. I don't know what exactly today's date is, but 24. So yeah, so I'm right at 80 days. I'm being clean. Now I've come a long ways, and I appreciate Mac and Mark's help. I had a little incident earlier today. They helped out with it, but I appreciate their help in that. So but I'll pass. Pick somebody. Who's left? So this is who we have.
Woo, you're
Just a
again.
second, folks. We're gonna have a technology lesson here.
You are still muted, Mac.
I think they're swiping through the screens to choose who goes next.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're kind of having a technology lesson moment here live in front of you, where we're teaching Dan how to one more useful tool in his belt called Zoom. So
Cool.
if you just bear with us and give us a second.
Okay.
Oh,
Ah,
there you go.
Technology.
I'll call on Jess.
Jess.
Hey,
There you
so I'm Jess. I live in Lawrence and I don't have any growing space at all. So I'm super excited to get hooked up with you guys. I teach wildcrafting. One of my brags is I just scheduled a gig in Tulsa in May doing a private walk on somebody's land that I'm really excited about. It's going to be like a 2 or 3 hour walk and we're going to have so much to talk about because Tulsa in May is exploding. I keep bees over in Belton, Missouri, and I love food. I cook a lot. Most of my brags this week are like self-care brags. Like I made some really, really good food this weekend, so I have leftovers all week. And I'm making more clothes. I've got a shirt in progress in this beautiful dark green linen. I don't think the color shows, but it's like this smoky spruce green. And I'm doing teeny little stitches. And then I used to do Irish step dance, and I signed up this week for like a casual adult Irish step dance class here in Lawrence. And I had the first lesson, like I got home like 20 minutes before the meeting, and it was amazing. And it felt so good to be moving again. And I just love it. And I'm thrilled with it. So that's all just kind of like nurturing stuff for my life.
Yay. Self-care is so important. Good job.
And I will pick
Sounds like so much fun.
Abby.
You pick me?
Yeah. Hi, Abby.
Oh, okay. I'm Abby. I live down in Southeast Kansas. And I work on the books, AUG books. Well, my most newest accomplishment and brag was, well, I got to visit my sister all the way up to Maggie's house. Learned to play 2 new games while up at Maggie's house. That was interesting. What else did we do, Maggie? We
Oh, you know, we
Didn't-
healed childhood wounds, those types of things.
yeah, we only bickered a few times. Then I came back home, so that was pretty much my week.
Yay.
Kathy's turn.
Kathy's turn. All right.
Okay. Well, we got a windbreak built on the back of the house. Not finished yet, but it's coming along. So we have the new porch over the summer kitchen, or I should say awning type deal over the summer kitchen, new little roof, and the new addition in the back. So the tattered blue tarp is gone, and there are windows and a coming addition for a nice windbreak around the and wood protector. So that's one thing. Kefir almost every day, yogurt almost every day, making those. So those are my big projects. Posting with some of my people COVID, my COVID prevention project, which involves aronia berries and kefir and, you know, all that good stuff twice a day, fermented foods. And I can post it here too. I posted it on some other places. If you guys are interested in that COVID prevention program. So I got that done. Been working on clients steadily, been at the hospital working on people for several hours a day, which leads to not very much housework getting done. So things are piling up again. Need to take a morning detox. The house needs a morning detox and cleaning. But very pleased with things that are going along. Seeing a lot of healing, a lot of fulfilling, not only of just my dreams, but of other people's dreams as well. And a lot of healing in families. So that's awesome for me. And I don't know who, Michael hasn't gone.
Sorry, whatever you
Your turn.
Accomplishment,
Brag.
introduce yourself, accomplishment and brag.
Oh, okay.
We are on YouTube.
Hi, I'm Michael. I'm one of the farm hands for Antioch Urban Growers and the Corner Grocer. Accomplishments and brags. I have completely fulfilled my long list of things I would like to do. I have gotten my truck license. I'm employed again. I have I'm building a garden bed. I also got a tattoo, which that was quite the experience. It was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to my next one. And
read it?
I'm sorry. Oh,
Show it off, man.
oh, so the tattoo, what it says is, being is truly a beautiful way of seeing. I think that's about all I got for brags right now.
Good job.
And choose who goes next. I believe
Who has not gone yet?
Paula hasn't gone yet, and I haven't gone yet.
Okay. You look pretty busy there. Paula, you want to go ahead and share with us?
Paula. Cousin Paula,
Oh, I think I lost her.
can you unmute your phone? Or unmute some, I don't know why we can't hear you this week. Paula. All right, well, Paula, if we get your audio, fiddle with it and just keep trying to talk to us. But Cousin Paula, I'll introduce Cousin Paula. Cousin Paula has a 40-acre farm up by Lawson, Missouri. And she grows, she and her son Michael grow all sorts of plants up there, hunt for deer and forage in the woods, and are general all around great community people. Very awesome people. So Paula's been a huge contributing member for Antioch Urban Growers for years. I can't remember a single spring season that I've been there that she hasn't been there right alongside us planting things. And transplanting potting stuff up and putting seeds in the soil and bringing stuff from her gardens to make everything pretty. And so that's cousin Paula. Okay. And I haven't gone yet. So I'm Maggie St. John. I am the steward of the Green Goddess Sanctuary, which is a 1 acre urban farm in the village of Oakview, Missouri, which is a suburb of Kansas City, Missouri. I have chickens and goats and ducks here. I'm certified in permaculture design, and I am learning. My backyard is my science lab and my playground. So I just learn from observation, and I learn from observation. So my background is in IT, so I do lots of technology things. And my accomplishments for this week are the Discord server. We got just about everybody on the Discord server, I think now. And it is, oh my gosh, it is so wonderful to have our own space for us to communicate and like not be bombarded with a whole bunch of ads and all sorts of stuff. It's just such a lovely, lovely space to share information and to have conversations that forward the game without interrupting everybody's lives by their phone going off and dinging. So if y'all are getting dinged by notifications, you can mute you can fiddle with the settings to have it not ding you near as much. But if you like to be dinged all the time, you just go ahead and keep it the way it is. But I did set it at the server level that it should only ding you if you've had a mention in a post. So you're still going to want to come in and check on it every once in a while, because there's all sorts of conversation going on out there that doesn't have anybody mentioned in it. So there's just really great information out there. I've posted a whole bunch of all my thoughts, a lot of my thoughts on a lot of our projects, and started some work in progress posts so we can start capturing information and really start creating stuff as community. So if you go out there and you see one of my posts that's listed as a work in progress and have something you want to contribute to one of those, please go ahead, reply to that post and say it. Just go ahead and say it, and we'll have a conversation. This is totally being created by us as a community, not by a single person in the community. Other technology bits, other accomplishments. This week I learned today I learned how to make an audio podcast and post it to Apple and a whole bunch of other places. So hopefully our podcast here very soon will be on the audio platforms, not just YouTube. And let's see, what other accomplishments are there? Had a really great conversation. We've been doing this kind of wealth management stuff. I've been trying to figure out how to build generational wealth. And it's not the way we've been taught. It's what the 1% know. So I've been educating myself a lot with wealth management, and we've been having coaching with a man named Boyd Morris, who's with an organization called Centerpoint Partners. And we are in negotiations now of what one of their holding companies I want to become a partnership of with my IRA and start earning way more than my IRA was making in the stock market. And I will have absolute full and complete control over what it is I'm invested in. I'm very picky. I like to vote with my dollars. If some company's making money in a way that I don't agree with, I don't want to make money when they make money. So we're in conversations now about what that's going to look like. This is my nest egg left over from corporate America. And it's going to be what launches the future for myself, for Antioch Urban Growers, for my family. And it's really exciting where that conversation is going. What other accomplishments this week? I've made this.
Ooh, wow.
This is basically,
cool.
it's as big as I am now, and I'm not even maybe 2/3 finished, but It's probably gonna be big enough to go over like a queen size bed or something. And it's a mandala crochet, and it's just so soothing in a way that coloring books cannot be. So it's been lovely. It's been lovely to just have the time in this winter to sit here and do this kind of thing while I get the rest of my bit. I don't know. It seems like whenever I do a crochet project, I seem to get more pieces of life handled versus they're off out there flying around willy-nilly with no order to them. So this is kind of like tucking in all the ends to life. It's so great. Makes life really sing. I love it. What other accomplishments? I don't know. I'll think of stuff as it comes along. I've posted most of my stuff out on the Discord server, so that's hopefully we'll make these, as we all get more proficient at doing that, we should we'll get a lot more. I think we'll see the game get just accelerated so much. So that's all the introductions. That's all the accomplishments and brags. So now we can get on to our committee updates, and we will start with how about infrastructure and maintenance? Why don't you lead us off this week?
You want to chat, Matt?
Yeah. So, important lesson that we learned today from an experiment was that we used tent poles as the cross poles for growing for the low tunnels, and they didn't work so well. So that was a lesson learned. We had to fix and repair that. We still need to figure out what we're doing with that tear in the roof of the lower greenhouse. Let's see. I don't know. We pretty much went over everything today while you were here, didn't we? We talked about running power down to the chicken coop so we can get 2 more hours of light so we can get them to start laying again. And then what else?
Well, I shared, I don't know if as far as maintenance and structures and stuff, that's about all, I think, right there.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Advertising, or what is it? Marketing and events and technology is mostly all me, and James now too for technology. Yay! James and I got connected earlier this week, and I did get your other message. We got him onto the website, the back end of the website, only now it's giving him a server 500 error wherever he tries to go, which I have not figured out why it's giving him that since I created you as an admin.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a way we can reset the process, reboot whatever server it's on or whatever.
Oh, I could totally ask for that. Yeah, okay. I'll ask Marcus. He hosts that web server.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you. Other than that, technology wise, like I said, the Discord server and figuring out how to do podcasts, Audible. Marketing and events, I got a lot of my thoughts created for the structure of our CSA. I got that kind of posted out there on the Discord server of how I think it could look if we so choose. And it's a work in progress, so I need people to contribute to it out there. And why that's included in the update for marketing and events is because as we need to get that as fleshed out as possible, so we can create our what is a CSA anyway event. So the Fruitful Hills CSA, they have not released their early bird when their season's going to start up next year. So they don't have anything for anybody to subscribe to. So I want to time this event that we're creating when we actually have something in place for people to take action on at the end of the event. I don't want to just be like, oh, hey, here's this cool stuff and we'll let you know in a month. They're going to forget about it or whatever. So that's why I've kind of hit the brakes a little bit on, let's get that meeting going as quick as possible because we need to do some groundwork first. And that's just more lessons learned. I think that's it for marketing. And actually, I need from all of the owners, like Kathy, I need like a description of your farm and what your CSA would offer. And Lizzie, same thing. And Paula, same thing. Because there's a spot for everyone. There's an opportunity for everyone that has that wants to put this sort of structure in place on their farm. So I see Mac has his hands up in multiple ways. So go ahead, Mac.
So we move on. Before we move on from that, as far as the event goes, and I'll post it I'll create a channel in the chat for people to edit, I guess, to come along. But I did, and I kind of touched on it today, was right before planting season to hold a seed trade and expose here. So we have a chance to trade seeds with each other before we take inventory and then say, I have to go buy this. We may have the chance to trade with each other. And I kind of, I wanted to put that out to the community to think about and either give a thumbs up or a thumbs down on should we go ahead and proceed with that as far as an event. And Mark, if it's all right with you, I'd like to offer up our parking lot to do that in.
And you're talking about cannabis seeds mainly, right?
No, all seeds.
Okay. Well,
That
either way.
That would be a completely separate event.
Okay. Okay, so you're okay. I think that's a great idea, Matt.
Yay. Okay, so yeah, please post that back out on the Discord server and we'll start getting details hammered out there. Okay.
Okay, well, I'll have to get with you like either on video or whatever, and you can walk me through how to set up a channel, because technology I'm a dirt farmer for a reason, but I'll learn.
Just when you're out there on the Discord app, go look underneath classes and events category, and then underneath events, just make a post, and it's just like typing a text.
Okay, I can do that.
There's already a spot for that. You just got to go out there and communicate.
Cool.
Good. Okay. Okay, that was marketing, events, and technology.
There's one technology.
Yeah.
And actually could have fit in the gardening, or it could fit into maintenance. Actually, it's the bioreactor that we built. So it's been about a week ago, we built a Johnson Sioux bioreactor. I don't know if I said anything about it last week, did I?
You did, yeah.
Okay. Well, now we're into the maintenance of it part of what it does, because that bioreactor is going to be sitting in the greenhouse for a year, and it has to be maintained, humidity, temperature, and all that stuff. So there's a maintenance to it all, but it's also going to provide a sellable product in the form that the teas that we can collect from this compost is going to hopefully be fungi strong with mycelium fungal growth, which is a marketable product. And one bioreactor has enough to top dress like 200
acres of square, farmland, or 2.2 pounds of this product per acre will start remediating that soil by introducing the biology back to it. That that's gone because of tilling and herbicides and pesticides and construction.
So there's all kinds of, possibilities as far as us expanding our market and our product line through a lot of the technology we're involved in now, both education, just, teaching about how other people can make bioreactors and product organically. Well, it's not necessarily organic, but it is definitely regenerative. It's a regenerative product that comes from biomass that is going to otherwise be thrown into the landfill, and it's biomass that we turn back into soil, and we turn it into teas that we can use to regenerate the soil everywhere we go. So that's just something I want to throw in there. We're getting ready to build another one too, so that's going to be something I want to get filmed so that we can have a educational on how to build these Johnson Sioux bioreactors, and also really establish as a people, a community that is encouraging even green infrastructure and green business development, like farm hands and people who can do landscaping with microbes and soil, that you can plant anything and get results like never before. That's it.
Thank you. All right. So now we're ready to move on. What other committees we got? We have gardening committee.
Okay, it sounds like everything's been going really, really, really good in the gardening faction. I don't have a report on what you guys met on. Didn't get a chance to be at that meeting. Could I get a small report on the garden planting that Liz got out?
Well, although it did happen, we didn't really actually talk much about garden planting. So, because half the participants weren't there.
Nah, I'm sorry. We need to set another date for another one.
Yes.
Okay. So do we want to go to Mark? How long do you think before those plants are up to where they could take them to market? I know they're just sprouting. Do you think it'll be another couple weeks?
Well, the way they're popping up right now, the ones that are popping up now, the first ones we put in, we had multiple seeds in small stripped trays. So even a half of a 1 foot square tray has probably at least 4 or 5 different kinds of seeds in it. Some of them are coming up, some of them have not yet started. So because of the different germination times.
Sure.
So it's gonna take a while for me to see what is going to be able to go out as fully developed and what's not. I'll probably need about a week to determine what's going to come up fast, what's not.
Okay. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is something you already talked about, is get our list as they come up of what we have. There's no use doing a list if they're not coming up.
Yeah.
So we want to get that done as they come up.
Mm-hmm.
And I am so impressed by what you guys have got done. I'm just writing that down on my sheet on my end. Okay, so that we get all those down. And also when we get them up, I want, if we haven't done that, then days to transplant and days to picking needs to be put on the list. Okay,
Kathy, just because that's detailed, would you be able to post that on the Discord server, that instructions?
where do I post it? I mean,
Yeah,
I'm just
underneath,
getting familiar with that.
that's
so I'm
perfectly
not
all
sure.
right. On the Discord server underneath the committees category, there's one that says garden planning.
Uh-huh,
It would just be
Okay.
a new post out there with that information, and that way it's recorded and more people are aware of it, and it can be acted on. And they can be communicated back that via that channel as well.
very good. So I heard Max say that we got the low tunnels up, but they didn't work really good. So I want to address that. What materials do we need to make to get them to work good, or did you already get a fix on that?
No, I just kind of, for the, got it up for the next 2 days to get through the cold of the next 2 days, and then it's supposed to warm up again, and then I can properly address that issue. But in those 2 days, I need to find the material. I still don't have enough PVC. I've used just about everything I can find. But really,
How
all it is
much do you need?
one band. So I need 8, probably 10 pieces that are maybe 5 foot long. That'll stretch that row. So yeah,
They
that's what
come
I
in
got.
10-foot
What I gotta
lengths.
Say again.
They come in 10-foot lengths.
Okay, so I mean, if I need 5 pieces.
Last time you told me we needed 6. Do we need 10 instead of 6?
Well, because we use that's how many tent hoops we made. Were 10, and that
Okay.
seems to do the trick. They didn't hold up.
Okay. So what do we need? That's still what I'm asking. Am I hearing that we need 5 or 10?
No, we need 10 pieces at 5 foot length.
So then
So
I need 5 pieces.
5 pieces we can cut in half, correct?
Okay. That doesn't seem logical to me, but I can go with it.
Well, we use
Because
it took
logic,
us
I mean,
10
I'm
hoops
used to,
to get down the row.
Are you
Okay.
used to, I think you're used to using 6-foot pieces, aren't you, Kathy? Or is it, do you use 8?
I'm used to using 10-foot pieces.
And not cutting them at all?
I don't cut them at all.
My row, this row is not that wide. This is a
Okay.
single row. I can't get more than a single crop in this row. It's a small row. That's why I don't need too many.
Okay. Well, we can pick those up, certainly. Because that needs to be, that needs to be a high priority. As
Yep.
far as I'm concerned. Do I have consensus on that, or what do we have? What are we thinking here?
Well,
You
yeah,
see
that's what I
what
said. I got 2 days to get the materials together so I can redo it.
Okay. Well, let's get that picked up so we can get on that. What other needs are there in the low tunnels?
None. We got it all covered in straw. I pulled all the water from the last couple of days, especially today that it melted, and pulled it away from all the ice that's in the water catchment, so the ice has room to melt. So we have water. Everything got watered and recovered. So yeah, I think we're pretty good as far as material in that realm. We just got to get that roof fixed.
She was actually talking about the high tunnels, Mac.
Oh,
We got a lot to do in
two
the
high
high
tunnels
tunnels.
in the bottom. There's a lot to do there. I need to get down
Okay.
there and, we still got to get the north high tunnel covered. But, I've been looking at it as that's, just more saturation for the ground when it does thaw. So since we don't have any water catchment down there at this time. And then, we just got to get all of the dead out and get it mulched up. There's not much we can do in there until, because we have no source of heat or anything, so we can't plant anything down there.
I plant all year long and I grow all year long. So as soon as you've got the low tunnels where they are fully functional, yes, we can plant and we can grow. Get started inside. I mean, like Mark's already got those planted. But yeah, I still got lettuce. I still got all kinds of things.
I got no way to
And it
water.
doesn't, I don't have any, doesn't matter. They have what they call, the plants have a natural plant antifreeze that keeps them alive. And when you have them under those low tunnels, that low tunnel generates enough moisture that it actually just rains down on them. It rains that moisture down on the plants with the plastic. And so it's a very efficient system. Plants don't need the amount of water in the wintertime that they need in the summertime. So once you've got those low tunnels on, sometimes I have to do 2 layers of plastic, particularly when I come up to March. Right now it's not so much, but in March, reason you have to do that is because 2, sometimes 3, is because you're starting to plant your tomatoes and your peppers, which are your hot weather, and they need to have the extra warmth. I might even throw a row cover over it to give it the extra warmth. And I generally put things that are black in there to give them the extra warmth. For instance, your black weed mat, I may put a layer of that or fold it in half so that you've got, how do I do this? So you're folding that weed mat in half and then you lay your trays on it in the middle and the plants continue to come out. That's when you get out of growing space in the, on the table where you're germinating, on your germination table, when they get big enough to go in there. You don't want to lose any of them. And so you really have to keep track of your weather. But as long as you're about in the 20s, as long as you're not going to a -5, that will handle it. If you go into a -5, then all you do is take that and you cover them up. Now, not your hot weather, but I've grown lots of tomatoes in there starting in March and gotten them through. It's the amount of plastic that you put over them. The water is not the issue. So don't be worrying about water, because the water, every plant has a plant antifreeze. And they just need very little water this time of year. I mean, it's amazing. So how many plants do we have left in the lower greenhouse that are ready to pick or are still growing? Is it, you said we got a frost that hit a cold spell because we weren't covered up, that hit a bunch of them. What do you think the percentage is left?
Well, actually a lot better than what it initially looked like. So right now, we lost a little bit of the kale. Some of the peas died. Some of the pea sprouts died, but most of them did pretty well. The one row of lettuce is making a comeback pretty well because we got it covered with straw and plastic. So it's starting to warm up and come back. I don't think we lost too much there. Of course, we lost all the butterhead because it was quite a bit farther along. Excuse me. The onions are doing all right. The carrots are starting to sprout. And again, we planted peas down the center of every single row. So, we're still probably around, I don't know, 89 to 90% on peas. So, I mean, we're looking really good. A lot better than what I thought we would initially.
Spinach.
The kale can go. Yeah, the spinach is looking really good.
We could probably harvest spinach, don't you think, Mac?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have.
There you go, Liz.
Yes. Thank you guys. That's awesome.
Okay, so if we need to replant peas, go ahead and replant some. Any bed that looks like it. Okay,
I mean, I don't know what it looks like is, I don't know. To me, it looks like the frost kind of helped because it thinned out, did the thinning out for me.
absolutely. Absolutely, that's what it'll do. And many times it'll come back if it's not, but you can have it frozen in the morning and it'll thaw and it'll be great in the afternoon. So
Oh, no,
sometimes you need to do some trim. It's completely gone.
It's gone. Yeah, it's gone.
Okay.
It's to the point that I'm just turning it back into that bed.
Okay, because that's really unusual. No, most of the time, even when they freeze, they come right back.
They're gone. They're
That's an
slimy, they're
unusual.
gone.
So we want to mark that variety. We want to mark that variety. We may not want to plant as much of it next year. Just mark it because there's hardy lettuces that'll make it right through. And we'll go with more of our hardy.
We only
Huh?
we only did about 15 heads, so we only lost.
Okay,
about
so it's not a major
9.
loss. Okay, so do we have enough stuff to replant that?
Oh yeah.
And you mentioned that we lost some kale. So
Yeah.
most of the time, all I have to do is trim it up and it should
Yeah,
still
that's
be
what I'm gonna
fine.
do. Yeah.
And if it
The
needs
ground never
replanting, go
actually
ahead
grows,
and right. Very, very good. And the row covers will be major on that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anything else?
Yes.
Do you have any other questions?
Somebody said yes.
I did, but it's not pertaining to this. Sorry. Please continue.
Michael, how are you and Liz doing on your beds? Are you doing any low tunnels over there?
No, we're not doing any low tunnels or growing over the winter.
And I need to put in here
Okay,
that
no.
it is 7 o'clock and now is the time when we're supposed to move on to our reading of the book.
Okay. Maggie,
Yes.
one of those containers, one of those containers was actually mine.
All right, thank you.
It's in the
Okay.
refrigerator.
Thank you.
Good. Okay. All right, so let's see, Abby read last week, so whose turn is it to start us off this week? Does anybody know? I don't remember who read the week before that. I think it was several of us, actually. So does anybody have the book right there handy and can start reading? I gotta go grab my copy.
I don't have a copy yet.
You have a copy? Okay, hang on. Okie dokie. And I'm going to stop the recording now.